All right, I'm going to try this again. I had a bad connection before. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. My name is Cyndie Shelton. If you don't know me, I typically do lives about um, home entrepreneurship, having a home-based business, marketing tips, things like that. But today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Something has come across my path, and I want to share it because I thought it was really, really good information. And so today I'm going to share 9 tips that could save your life. This is more for my lady friends, but 9 tips, I say Marshall's on here. Hey, Marshall, could be for your wife, your daughters. But something that these tips that could save your life. And I don't typically do this kind of video, but I thought these were really important and it was great information. And so I just wanted to share these. Hope you're all doing well today. Going to give it just a couple minutes. Hey, Sheila, good to see you on here. Hope you're all having a good day. We finally have some weather. The weather's been beautiful, but it's been super hot. And so today it's finally I able to have the doors open and windows open and not feel like I'm suffocating. So anyway, you're going to give it just another minute. Hey, Jack, there's my bub, my brother, my husband's brother, Jack. Good to have you on here. I'm about to share some tips, 9 tips. These were given by a police officer to help ladies that are out and about. Maybe you're alone or with your children, but these tips could save your life. And I thought they were really important, so I wanted to share them. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started because this is going to be recorded and people can watch it later if they're not available right now. So um, these tips are going to help you whether it's in the daylight hours or if you're out at night. It's really getting scary out there. Actually, the Bible even says it's going to be like this in the end days, that there's going to be lawlessness. And honestly, it abounds in just about every sector of our society. And so today I want to just share these tips. Ladies or men, you can share these with your wives and your daughters. I'll also give you a written version of this if you want to message me after this video or drop a comment down below. I have these tips in written form too that I'd be glad to share with you so you can have and put in your file. Now don't just stick them in your file and not use them. Read them and share these tips. So 9 tips that could save your life, ladies, while out and about. Number one, and you may know some of these, and just, if you do, that's fine. Just pass the information on. Number one, did you know that your elbow is like the strongest point of your body? So if somebody grabs you and you are close enough to be able to use it, use it. And if you hit somebody just at the right place in the bridge of their nose, not only you break their nose, but you could definitely incapacitate them. So forgive me for any graphic violence here, but I seriously want to help you out. So number one tip, use your elbow. Use it where you can. It's your strongest point on your bodies, ladies. All right, tip number 2. And a policeman wrote out these tips, and so he wanted to share them, with the world at large. So this one's from a tourist guide. So if a robber, when you're out and about, ask for your wallet or purse, do not hand it to them. And I thought this tip was really cool. What you do is you toss it away from you. Chances are that he's more interested in your money, your wallet, your credit cards than he is you. And in that way, he'll go after it. And then you just like run like crazy in the opposite direction. So that's tip number 2. And I thought that was really good. Tip number 3, if you are thrown into a trunk of a car. Now, more up-to-date modern cars have like a latch pull now. But if that latch pull is not there, what this suggestion is to kick out the tail lights. Kick out the tail lights and start waving your hand through the hole that you created by kicking out the tail light, and then the driver won't see you, but everyone else will. And I know that these may seem funny to you, but there's some important information here that could save your life. So bear with me. I hope they're helpful to you. I hope you never have to use them, but I hope they're helpful to you. So tip number 1, use your elbow. Tip number 2, if they're after your wallet or purse, toss it away so they'll go after it. Tip number 3, if you're thrown into a trunk of the car, kick out the tail lights, wave your hand out there like crazy to get someone's attention. Tip number 4, this one I'm bad at. Women have a tendency to get into their cars after shopping or eating or working or whatever and just sit there. maybe you're adjusting. I answer some text messages, or maybe you adjust you're doing your checkbook, adjusting it while you're sitting there, or making a list, something. Do not ever do this. And again, I'm bad at this, so I'm going to remember not to do this. The predator, if there is a predator, he is most likely watching you. And this is the perfect opportunity while you're distracted, doing your list or reading your messages, for him to jump in on the passenger side and put a gun to your head and tell you where to go. As soon as you get in your car, lock your doors and take off. Leave that place. Go somewhere else. In order to do that. So that's tip number 4. If you're just joining, this is for my lady friends, or for my guy friends that have wives and daughters that they want to help protect. These are 9 tips that could save your life while you're out and about. So tip number 4 was to not sit in your car with it unlocked after you leave a place, at the mall or at the grocery store or whatever, but to lock your car and go ahead and leave. Okay, so as part of tip number 4, if someone is in the car with you with a gun to your head, they're saying do not drive off. And again, these tips were written by a police officer. He says, repeat, do not drive off. Instead, gun the engine. And this would take some courage to do, but we're talking about a life and death situation. Gun the engine and speed into anything, wrecking the car. Your airbag will save your life. If the person is in the back seat, they will get the worst of the impact. And as soon as the car crashes, bail out and run. It's better than having them finding your body in a remote location, he says. So, hey, Linda, good to see you on here. Okay, tip number 5. Here's a few notes about getting into your car in a parking lot or a parking garage. Number 1, be aware and look around you. And this is something I am careful to do. I've shared a couple things that I'm not so good at, but this is something I'm very careful to look around me. Look around you, look into your car, look on the passenger side floor and the back seat floor, especially around Christmas time when people are stealing packages while you're shopping. They're even telling you to look under your car. I've even heard stories of people under there with knives or razor blades that cut your ankle and then get, so I'm so sad to even have to make a video like this, but we live in such a lawless, horrific day. We have to watch out for ourselves. So you want to make sure you check the car inside and out. Number 2, if you're parked next to a big van, and this was a good tip, I thought this was really good, enter your car from the passenger side if that van is on your driver's side, because they say most serial killers, and again, I hate doing this video, but I feel like it's necessary. They attack their victims by pulling them into their vans while the women are attempting to get into their cars on the driver's side. So, hey, Diane, yeah, these are great tips. I want, if this can help somebody get out of a horrific situation or save a life, then we definitely want to get this information on there. So again, if you're just jumping on this video, this is 9 tips that may save your life, ladies, while being out and about. And also I have a written version of these, so if you want these, drop a comment. Please like and share this video on your walls, invite people to watch, but also drop me a comment or send if you want a written version of these for yourself. Again, I know this is different than what I normally do. I normally talk about how you can have a home business and things like that, or share some marketing tips. But today I just felt really led to share this video. So, okay, number 3, look at the car parked on your driver's side of your vehicle and the passenger side. If a male is sitting alone in the car nearest to you, or in the seat nearest your car, you may want to walk back into the mall or walk back into the grocery store or whatever and get a policeman or a gentleman or someone to walk out to the car with you. I know that sounds silly, or it used to sound silly, but not anymore. It just, like I said, there's just crime is rampant. No place feels safe anymore. So you go back inside. It's rather be silly. Rather be safe than sorry and feel silly, but no true gentleman's going to mind doing that. So and you'd rather be paranoid than dead. And then tip number 6, always take the elevator instead of the stairs. And I do anyway, just because my knees are bad, but The stairwell is, maybe I watch too many movies, but I really feel like this is true. The stairwells are horrible places to be alone, and they are the perfect crime spot. Many crimes take place in stairwells, so always take an elevator. And if you're getting on an elevator and you're alone with a person, a gentleman, and you don't feel comfortable, then stop it and get out. Just don't feel bad for going the extra step to protect yourself. Hey, Ruth, good to see you. Good to see you, Greg and Linda. Okay, so uh, this is especially true at night, they say. So stay out of the stairwells. Always take the elevator. Okay, tip number 7. 3 more tips here. 9 tips that could save your life while out and about. If the predator has a gun and you're not under his control, always run. And the predator will only hit you. The average is 4 out of 100 times. So 4 in 100. And even then, it's most likely they will not hit a vital organ. And they tell you, if you can, run at a zigzag pattern. And so, just try to recall some of these situations if you're out and about, just to remember run at a zigzag pattern, and his chances of hitting you with, a bullet are less likely. Again, I feel a little funny sharing these kind of things, but I want to be safe. I'm sure you want to be safe, and it doesn't hurt. Better be safe than sorry. So, number 8, and this one really got me. This is me. I'm sure this describes many of you as well. If us women tend to be sympathetic, and we need to stop that, or we could get ourselves assaulted or killed. And I don't know if you remember the criminal, the serial killer, Ted Bundy. Um, he was a very good-looking, well-educated man. We tend to label people by the way they look, and I'm not going to give descriptions here because I'm not profiling anybody, but we tend to think the cleaner cut they look, the more safe we are, and that is just not always the case. As I said, Ted Bundy was a good-looking, well-educated man. He always played on the sympathies of unexpected women, by having a cane or walking with a limp. And then he would ask women for help getting into his vehicle. And of course, we're nurturers, we're compassionate, and we want to help. Oh, we want to help the poor guy. But that is how he abducted his victims. So if someone asks you to do that, or even they're ask you to help them with their car, or to give them a jump, or to come over here and look at some, don't do that. Direct them to a man to help them do that, or go back inside and get someone to help that person, a gentleman to help that person. And if he's legit, then that's good. It's all worked out good. But if he's not legit, he's not going to hang around. And so you could have just saved yourself from some kind of attack. So those are 8 tips. And then tip number 9 is this was a story that the policeman had heard, and that he added as part of these tips. That a lady had heard a crying baby on the porch next to her. She called the police, and because she thought it was weird, and it was really late. And the police told her, whatever you do, do not open the door. The lady said, then it sounded like the baby had crawled near a window, and she worried that it would crawl into the street and get run over. And the policeman told her, we already have a unit on the way. Whatever you do, do not open the door. He told her that they think that there was a serial killer using a baby's cry and using it to coax women out of their house. And I've heard them do it with pets, like cats meowing, or dogs whining like it was hurt. I mean, these people will do anything. So he said, don't open their door. They're just trying to coax you to get outside, and then to abduct you or hurt you or something. So if that is the case, then you definitely want to call the police instead. Again, it's rather be safe than sorry. And actually, I have one more tip. Here's actually 10 tips. This one is a water scam. This one would have gotten me, and definitely gotten my husband. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you hear all the taps outside running, and you might think it's a burst pipe or something, do not go out and investigate. Now, that's more likely to happen in town rather than where I live, out in the boonies. But it is better to be safe than sorry. Do not go out to investigate if you think, you hear water running, that a lot of times, like a pipe burst, that a lot of times can be a ploy to get you outside, and they will turn your taps on full blast, so you go out and investigate, and then they will attack you. So I just, felt led to share this video. I want you to stay alert. And keep safe. These were good reminders for me to look out for your neighborhood. Pass these tips on to other people you care about. And like I said, I have a written version if you want that. And you're seeing this on YouTube, just, send me an email. My email will be in the description below. Or if you're on Facebook, share this video. And, get the news out there. And to any woman that you know that you want to protect, that may not be thinking about these things. I know I don't think about these things. We tend to be naive. We tend to trust people. I think that's happening less and less because there's so much crime out there. But if this could save a life, we want to be able to do that. So I hope you all have a good day. Again, I know this is different. I normally am sharing tips about home marketing or network marketing, or about helping yourself financially and physically. But feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and if you want a copy of these tips. And I hope you all have a great day.